Have you ever sat down on a flight and wondered if maybe you should talk to the person sitting next to you? Or maybe you wanted to say something but you didn't know the right words. Well, today's lesson is going to be both practical and fun because we're going to focus on how to make small talk with a stranger on an airplane. Here's what you'll learn. 1. Some useful phrases to start a conversation. 2. Safe topics that you can talk about. 3. Some of the topics you should avoid. 4. A real example of a conversation. And 5. Some interactive practice exercises where you choose what you want to say. Here are some simple conversation starters. Hi, is this seat taken? That's if you're on a flight where no seat is assigned. Are you traveling for a business or are you on vacation? Have you flown with this airline before? Is this your final destination or is this just a connection? Now let's look at some more examples in specific categories. Travel-related starters. Is this your first time flying to, and then the city or country? Do you travel often? How long is your trip? Have you been here before? Do you live in the city or the country? Airplane and flight experience. Do you like the window seat or do you prefer the aisle seat? Have you watched any good movies on the plane so far? What do you think the in-flight food's going to be like? Do you sleep easily on airplane journeys? Here are some light, neutral topics. The weather in the destination is supposed to be nice. Have you seen the weather forecast? Have you read any good books recently? Do you prefer traveling alone or with friends and family? What's your favorite thing about traveling? Some openness connected to your situation. Looks like the plane's really full today. Those are nice headphones. Do they work well on the airplane? Well, the boarding process was pretty quick, right? Wow, the view out the window is amazing. Now here's a quick tip. Keep your tone, your voice, friendly and light. If the person doesn't seem interested, it's perfectly okay to stop the conversation and just let them relax. Now let's look at some safe topics that you can discuss. So, once you've started a conversation, what can you continue to talk about? You could talk about travel. Where are you traveling from? Food. Have you tried the airplane meal before? The weather. I heard it's sunny right now in, and then your destination. Entertainment. What movies do you usually watch on the flights? The airplane experience. Where do you prefer to sit on the airplane? The front or the back? Now these are easy and comfortable for almost everyone, but be careful. Here are some topics you should probably avoid. politics, religion, questions about money, and really personal questions about sort of family matters. Also, try not to complain or be negative too much about the flight, because this can make people feel uncomfortable. Try and keep your conversations nice and light and friendly. Now let's listen to an example conversation. Hi there, is this seat taken?
No, go ahead.
Are you heading to New York for vacation or work?
Vacation. I'm visiting my family. How about you?
Yeah, same here. I'm visiting some friends. Do you travel often?
Not really, maybe once a year. How about you?
I travel quite a lot for work. By the way, do you prefer the window or the aisle seat?
Definitely the aisle. Easier to move around.
I see. Well, I like the window, just so I can look outside. Notice how the questions are short, polite, and friendly. Now, after you've been speaking for 10 or 15 minutes, it's also okay to stop the conversation, just so that everyone can relax and enjoy the flight. Okay, so now it's your turn to practice. Imagine you're on an airplane and I'm the person sitting next to you. I'll give you some options. You choose one of the options and say it out loud. You ready? Okay, let's begin. Round 1. Travel starters. Option 1. Do you live here or are you just visiting? Option 2. Have you been to the city or the country before? Now here's my answer. Yeah, I've been there before. That's beautiful. Round 2. The airplane experience. Option 1. Have you watched any good movies on the plane? Option 2. How do you usually pass the time on long journeys? Nice. Here's my answer. Yeah, I usually watch movies. It makes the flight go faster. Round 3. Friendly observations. Option 1. It looks like the plane is really full today. Option 2. Wow, I like your bag. Did you get it recently? And here's my answer. Thanks, yeah, I just bought it last week. We just practiced 3 different ways that you can start a conversation. Now let's talk about something that's kind of important, the etiquette you can use when you're sitting on a plane. That means the respectful way that you act when you're sitting next to somebody on a plane traveling in the United States. Now, even if you don't feel like talking, good manners on the airplane make a big difference. So here are some kind of best practices. Respect people's personal space. Keep your arms and your legs inside your own area of your seat. The armrests. So the armrest etiquette is normally that if you're the person in the middle seats, you usually get access to both armrests. Noise levels. You should try and keep your noise level kind of low. Wear headphones if you're listening to music or you're watching a movie. If you have to stand up, be polite. Say, "Excuse me," if you need to get someone to move so you can get out of the seat. Think about the smells. This is an enclosed space, so Think about if you're eating very strong smelling food or wearing a very strong perfume. And finally, try and gauge the interest of the person sitting next to you in your conversation. If the person next to you gives very short answers or they put their headphones on, they probably just prefer to be quiet. I promise you, these small actions show respect and they'll make everyone feel just that little bit more comfortable on the flight. Okay, so let's quickly look at what we studied today. So we started with polite, simple questions that you can use on a flight. We used safe and friendly topics. We said try to avoid those sensitive issues, things like politics and religion. We also had that practice example where you got to listen to an example dialogue. Then you got to choose your own starter for a conversation that sounded nice and natural. Now, hopefully, you'll feel a little bit more confident now about starting a conversation with that person who's sitting next to you when you're on a flight in the United States. Thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed this lesson, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video with a friend who loves traveling. If you'd like to join me in another lesson, please don't forget, click that notification bell.